We all trust our smart home devices to be these digital guardians, right? But what if that trust is, well, misplaced? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a silent threat that can leave even the most high-tech security systems completely and utterly vulnerable.
Now, to really get a handle on this, we're diving into some incredible research. This is part 4 of a 10-part tutorial called Invisible Interference: How Radio Frequency Interference Affects Your Everyday Life. It's a real deep dive into how these signals mess with our world.
And this is all part of a public awareness campaign from a group called RFI Detectives, and it's built on solid research by Bob Slavic over at Virtualization Options. The whole point is to arm media professionals, people like you, to report on a problem that can be anything from a tiny annoyance to a really serious public safety risk.
So, let's just get right to the heart of it. You've probably got a security system, or know someone who does. It's supposed to be your digital watchdog. But what happens when that watchdog can be instantly blinded and silenced, with no warning and without a single wire ever being cut?
This brings us to our first section, the invisible intruder. We're going to break down this unseen force that can totally compromise the very systems we bought to protect us. The culprit here has a name: radio frequency interference, or RFI for short. And really all it is one radio signal disrupting another one. But the consequences, well, they can range from something frustrating, like your Wi-Fi buffering right in the middle of a movie, to something genuinely dangerous.
Okay, this is a great way to picture what's happening. Think of the radio frequency spectrum like a super crowded digital highway. Every single wireless device you own, your router, your phone, your smart speakers, they're all trying to find a clear lane to drive in. And when it gets too crowded, signals just start crashing into each other. It's chaos.
And this interference really comes in two main flavors. On one side, you've got accidental RFI. This is just the background noise of our modern world, coming from things like microwaves or even a baby monitor. But on the other side, you have something much, much more sinister: deliberate jamming. We're talking about illegal devices built for one reason and one reason only: to block or totally overwhelm the signals your security system needs to survive.
So how does this invisible battle of signals put your home security right in the crosshairs? Well, let's look at 3 key targets in pretty much any modern smart home.
First up, the big one, the wireless security camera. I mean, these are the eyes of your system, right? They're supposed to be constantly watching over your home. But RFI can just blind them. A strong interfering signal can freeze the video feed solid, stop the camera from recording at the exact moment someone is at your door, or it can flood your phone with false motion alerts. It can even completely sever its connection to the cloud. In an instant, your digital eye is slammed shut.
Okay, next, let's talk about the very heart of the system, the wireless alarm itself. This is the central nervous system that connects all your sensors and is supposed to be the thing that calls for help.
Well, RFI can make it so those door and window sensors never even report a break-in. It can block the signal to the monitoring center, meaning no one is coming to help you. The siren might not even go off. Your system becomes completely deaf and mute.
And finally, we come to the very last line of defense, the thing that literally stands between an intruder and your home, the smart lock. And it depends entirely on a clean wireless signal to do its job. The source material puts this perfectly. It just says, a disrupted smart lock signal is a home security issue. That's it. It's not just some little technical glitch, it's a catastrophic failure right at the most critical point of entry. The technology might be invisible, but its failure is anything but. Okay, so that's the problem, and it's a big one. But the story doesn't end there. Let's shift gears and talk about solutions. What can people actually do to reclaim their security?
The good news is, people are not helpless here. First, and this is the big one, go wired whenever you can. For something as important as a security camera, a physical cable is basically immune to this kind of jamming. Second, switch up your frequencies. Most devices are clogging up that 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi highway we talked about. If you choose systems that use the less crowded 5 GHz lane, that can make a huge difference. Third, buy smarter. Look for systems that have built-in RFI detection. Think of it like a smoke detector but for radio interference. It'll actually alert you if it's being jammed. And finally, something super simple but effective, just reposition your gear. Moving a router a few feet away from a microwave can dramatically clean up its signal.
And this really gets to the heart of why this matters for you. The source material talks about a huge public awareness gap, this massive difference between how much this stuff affects us and how little the average person actually knows about it. And it says, journalism that closes that gap is public service journalism in the truest sense.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Your audience, the people who watch and read your work, they trust this technology to keep their families safe. Now that you've seen how easily that trust can be shattered by a threat they can't even see, are you prepared to report on it? Are you ready to tell them about the invisible threats that could leave them completely exposed?